why Japan releases radioactive water into the ocean. Japan has started releasing treated radioactive water from the damaged Fukushima nuclear power plant into the ocean after 12 years of a nuclear meltdown. It's a topic that's as puzzling as it is concerning. But the thing of concern here is, what does this mean for the environment, marine life, and humans? Let's dive into this video, where we will share the reasons behind this controversial decision and its impact on Earth. Here we go. Japan is all set with a plan to release a huge amount of treated radioactive water from the Fukushima nuclear power plant into the ocean. Sounds terrifying, right? But how did it start? And why is it necessary? And the question comes, is it safe? It all started back in March 2011 when a big earthquake occurred in Japan, followed by a tsunami. This knocked out the nuclear power plant Fukushima Daiichi. The 14-meter-high waves surged over the fences and knocked out cooling systems, causing 3 of its reactors to go into meltdown. After this disaster, the power plant company had to pump water to cool down the reactors. But the problem arose as this made more contaminated water every day. They stored this water in many tanks, like huge swimming pools. But now, their storage capacity has reached its limits. So, Japan is slowly putting this radioactive water into the ocean with permission from the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. They plan to do this in 4 steps, which will take at least 30 years. The issue here is the contaminated water. According to the Japanese government, there are 62 radioactive isotopes in the water, including carbon-14, which is used for radiocarbon dating but is also dangerous if ingested and can concentrate in the food chain. Cesium-137 causes soft tissue cancer, strontium-90 causes bone cancer and leukemia, and tritium is hard to remove from the water. Due to this, they cannot do anything but release the tritium-active water in the ocean. Some people worry about this because tritium can be really bad for our health if there's too much of it. Meanwhile, to address the concerns, Japan has checked the fish in the ocean near the plant and said they are safe to eat. But many people, both in Japan and other countries, are still worried about this. On the top, South Korea is not convinced at all, and environmental activists think there's more to study. In South Korea, there were protests where people asked their government to stop this from happening. They are concerned about the safety of their seafood and fishing industry. Over 50,000 people joined these protests, and they think it's not safe for the local fishing business. A group member called the Korean Radiation Watch said that although there are no visible immediate problems with radioactive materials in seafood, there is still a risk that can occur in the future. On the other hand, the United Nations Atomic Regulator says that the water's radioactivity won't cause significant harm to people or the environment. So there's a lot of disagreement about this issue. Furthermore, if we talk about the water release, it is not planned by Japan only. As in various other places with nuclear plants, they also release water with tritium. Most experts say it's okay because the tritium's radiation is not strong enough to go through our skin. But if we drink or eat too much of it, it might increase the risk of cancer. This whole process will take a long time, and experts have different opinions about it. Some say it's safe, but not everyone agrees. How did the IAEA agree? The people in charge of the IAEA have checked the water Japan wants to put into the ocean from the Fukushima area. They say the tritium in the water is much lower than what they consider safe. In fact, it's way below the limit they set, which is 6 times less strict than the World Health Organization's limit for drinking water. On the other side, TEPCO, the company responsible, also tested the seawater, and they say it's safe too. They checked different places to be sure. Moreover, experts from a university in the UK and a lab in France say that, theoretically, you could even drink this water because it's treated before being stored and then made less strong by mixing it. But not everyone agrees. Greenpeace, an environmental group, refers to a paper from the University of South Carolina that says tritium can harm living things by reducing fertility and damaging their cells. The most shocking thing here is China has already stopped buying Japanese seafood because of this water release. Still, some people think it might be more about politics than science, because the radiation is really low. Even people who work in the ocean daily, like the female divers in South Korea, are concerned. They say it doesn't feel safe to be in the water anymore, and they're worried because they rely on the sea for their livelihoods. That's all for today. Share your thoughts on releasing radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean in the comments below and subscribe for more.